Howdy folks, we're back. Hope everyone is doing well on this fine Saturday. If anyone's got any predictions, do let me know your thoughts. Definitely a lot less people here today than there was yesterday, that's for sure. But it was a bit more relaxed this time, I guess we could say. A bit more relaxed. I'm also hoping that the time between me talking and the stream is a lot shorter. There was an issue with latency over the last couple, well, basically every time I've streamed, I've had the latency on normal, but I've made it ultra low latency, so my response to the actual in-game moments should be a hell of a lot quicker, and I'm sort of watching the stream back, and it looks like it is a lot closer. So you'll get quicker responses to messages, and you'll get more up-to-date responses. Have a feeling FC win by 2. Do you know what, Ben? I don't think it's impossible for FC to get it done today. There's a lot of KR fans just completely brushing them off. I understand it. I understand being confident. Like, that's fair enough. They've got an extremely strong team. Hull FC haven't been world beaters. I mean, they beat Wigan, but they've not been, world-class side. They've got issues on both sides of the ball, but they're still quite a strong team. Like, I think it would be unwise to completely write them off. So yeah, I think the stream delay is less than 5 seconds, which is good. So I can respond a lot quicker now. So just to have a quick run through the teams so far. On the side of the black and whites, in the backs we have Rapiner, Briscoe, Hardacre, Litton, Martin, Price and Caesar. In the forwards is SASA, Borough, Knight, Chamberlain, Lane and Asiata. On the bench is Ashworth, Aiden, Esse and Moy. 18th man is Salabio. On the side of Hull Kings and Rovers, in the backs they have Broadbent, Davies, Hiku, Gildart, Burgess, Lewis and May. In the forwards is Sue, McAlorum, Warrior Hargreaves, Hadley, Tanganoa and Minchella. On the bench is Litton, Luckley, Whitbread and Brown. Dorrow is the 18th man. Only issue I see for FC tend to start slow, KR start fast. Yeah, I'd fully agree with that. I mentioned on the stream yesterday, if FC can slow down the progress at least the first 10-15 minutes, it'll stand them in good stead, give them a lot of confidence, especially if they have to do a lot of goal line defending. If they can... You don't want to have to be in that position, but I think if they have to put up with a few defensive sets inside the red zone and on the goal line, and they can deal with a few attacking plays from KR, I think it'll do them the world of good going later on into the game. I think the first half, through the middle, I think it'll be quite competitive. I think Hull FC will match them quite well in the first half. As the game goes on, I think there's just more size and more quality that KR have available over the course of 80 minutes. It just kind of adds up. But I think if Asiata and SASA can get a lot of offloads today, that'll be massive. Get Rapping to the second phases, get Price the second phases. He'd love to be able to play off the cuff today. If he can't really link much in the attacking structures, and Caesar's got a lot of that work to do, then if you can get offloads for Price, he'll love that. Saint Jester, welcome back, sir. Just finished work, glad to make it in time. Still believe KR will win with a quick play the ball scheme. Yeah, I think that's going to be one of the major components in this game. Their ability to get quick play the balls, their offload ability as well. So it's going to be interesting because there are moments where FC can match. It's just a case of normally over the course of 80 minutes, it's just everything that KR's shown. They just executed better, and that adds up over 80 minutes. So we'll have to see. But I think Price versus Lewis, that'll be an interesting one. Because there could be defensive disconnects. I didn't even talk about that yesterday or on the predictions video. There could be defensive disconnects with Will Price in there, knowing what his teammates are going to do. So he could be under a bit of pressure, and if it's Lewis going at him, and then you've got the likes of... Who's over on that side? Will it be Tanganoa on that side, possibly? Either of the back rowers, but then you've got Gildart over on that side as well, who's a handful to deal with. And you get Broadbent involved over there as well. That could be difficult to stop. So it could be a tricky day for Will Price on both sides of the ball, but I've always quite liked him, and I would never have minded him at Warrington. So, like for example, if we lost George Williams and we needed to sign a new number 6 for the future, I wouldn't mind Will Price personally. So I would like him to do well. It's unfortunate it didn't really work out for him in Australia. Only played a couple first team games. But scored in his debut, I remember that. His dad was there. Can't remember who they played. But yeah, if anyone's got any specific predictions, do let me know your thoughts. Having a look at the poll, 4 votes at the moment, 50-50 right now. So definitely a lot less people here today, but that's probably because it's also on the BBC. Normally when it's just a game on Sky or Sky Plus, I'll get a decent number here. But yeah, it's a bit slow today, but to be expected with the game on the BBC. Which I'm watching it on BBC today. I thought I'd give it a go. They're just showing some of the clips from the Wigan vs Hull game at the moment. Some of the scramble defence and the effort areas. I'd say I think the first sign that, and they're just showing it now, the first sign that Hull showed that they were a more serious team this year was that draw against Leigh. Because Leigh were looking really strong at the time. And that was a massive, massive game from them. Wouldn't mind having Caesar at Saints, could use a decent kicker. He had a lot of stability. I certainly think he would. What's your thoughts on Lomax at the moment? Because it's difficult with, players that have achieved so much with the team. That's been such a huge component of that squad for so long. Like, how long do you stick with it? Is it at a point where you say, look, he's not doing the business now, you've just got to move on? Or look at what he was capable of, maybe he can still do that again. Like, it's a tough balance, but interested to know what Saints fans think of Lomax at the moment. Oh yeah, let's get this. Get a bit of light on me. There we go. I've mentioned before, like when I did a season preview video as well, that when Caesar was in the spine for the West Tigers, and of course the West Tigers got the wooden spoon last year, the spine was normally Jareen Bula, Lachlan Galvin, Aidan Caesar, Api Coruscant. That spine had to change a lot last year due to injuries. Api Coruscant moving to 7, Galvin having to lead the way with a younger partner sometimes with Caesar not being available, Bula having to be taken out here and there. So a lot of instability at the Tigers. Still a new head coach in Benji Marshall, still relatively new to the coaching game. And just a lot of chopping and changing. But when that 4 that I mentioned was the spine and Caesar was in there, he looked quite comfortable and looked like he was in control of a lot. Galvin was in his rookie season, so he was, paired next to a rookie halfback. So that was certainly difficult for him. But I think that was when they looked at their best, when those 4 were there, when Caesar was part of that lineup. There was a real intent to shift the ball. They put a lot of teams under pressure. They worked the ball at their own end quite well. So, obviously, there was a lot of crap given to Caesar when he was at Leeds. There's a lot given to him when he was at the West Tigers. But it looks like he's quite settled here. He can lead, but he's got plenty of pieces around him that can help to elevate the entire squad. It's not just on his shoulders. So I think he looks like he's quite settled, which is nice. He's a good leader, but we need quicker player, like Lewis or Williams. He's a figurehead, but even if was benched for a few rounds, add unpredictability. Yeah, it could be. What would you do though? So if would you put in Bye in the halves? Would you, like, if Robertson was available, would you put him to fullback and Wellesby into the halves? Like, what would you prefer to do with who's already in the squad at the moment? Or is there a younger lad that's like in the academy that looks like he could really jump up? I'm also quite surprised about Warrior Hargreaves and his lack of suspensions, because I don't always do that well with my predictions videos, but there's not been many times where I've been incorrect with predicting a sin bin or even a red card from Warrior Hargreaves, because he's likely to do it, but he seems a bit more mellow, I suppose. I mean, he still carries well, but doesn't seem to be getting in as much trouble as he normally would. If anyone's watching on the BBC, someone recognise the guy that sat behind Leon Price? Is he a club chairman? Is he like York's chairman or something? He looks familiar. If anyone's watching. Here we go. Squads are coming out. This should be spicy. This should be spicy. So, finally, to run through the squads one more time, on the side of Hull FC, in the backs we have Rapiner, Briscoe, Hardacre, Litton, Martin, Price, who's only had limited training sessions, and Caesar. In the forwards is SASA, Borough and Knight in the front row, Chamberlain and Lane in the back row, and Asiata at loose forward. On the bench is Ashworth, Aiden, Esser and Moy. Salabio is the 18th man. But on the side of Hull Kingston Rovers, in the backs, Broadbent, Davies, Hiku, Gildart, Burgess, Lewis and May. In the front row is Sue, McAlorum and Jared Warrior Hargreaves. The back row is Hadley and Tanganoa. And at 13 is Elliot Minchella. On the bench is Litton, Luckley, Whitbread and Brown. Dorrow is the 18th man. Wellesby in halves and Robertson at fullback. Push Benison to centre when Murphy's back fit. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. Right. Let's get all this set up and ready to go. Chris Kendall is a referee today. Best of luck, Chris. Right. We're about to get underway. We're off, folks. We're off. Lewis kicks off to the black and whites. Caesar's underneath it. Hands it off to Liam Knight. Number 40. First tackle keeps Hull FC only 5 or 6 metres out from their own try line. Herman SASA with the next carry takes it over the 10. And a little bit of change on top of it as well. Borough at dummy half goes to his right now. Are we going to get some early kick attempts? Possibly. Will Price takes his first carry of the game. Met by a few defenders. Don't let him get up too much there. Just trying to settle him in, possibly. Asiata with the next one through the middle. Fourth tackle coming up for Hull. Go to the left to Rapiner, who takes a carry through the middle. So Hull FC take it up to just short of the 30, or just over the 30, and Caesar kicks from behind it. Kicks long. Slight bit of miscommunication initially, but it's taken on the full by Davies, and that's a minute gone in this game. And they play the ball on the 30. So the distance between the 30 and the 40 is less than 10 metres, but I'll still be referring to those lines as the 30 and 40. So the next carry from Burgess through the middle. Hull Kingston Rovers over their own 40 at the moment, just short of halfway. On the third tackle now. Next carry through the middle from Sue. Takes it over halfway. Now it's the fourth. Hull Kingston Rovers in centre field. McAlorum goes right to Warrior Hargreaves. Straightens up, takes the carry up to the 40 inside Hull FC territory. Now on the last, McAlorum in centre field with Mikey Lewis. Kicks high. Good kick chase from the right edge of Hull Kingston Rovers. Rapina's underneath it, immediately drops. But he's stopped a metre in front of the try line, so a lot of work for the Black and Whites to do now. Strong hit onto Martin. Only a few metres out from his own line still. Lane. Hands the ball off to, I'm not sure who that is there. Possibly Lytton. I think it's Lytton. So they play the ball on their own 10. Rapina switches back to Briscoe. Only makes a couple metres there. Fourth tackle for Hull. Borough to his right now. Asiata back to his left to SASA. Gets an offload to Rapina. Then gets an offload. Borough goes to his right. Asiata looks for an offload and it's intercepted by Oliver Gildart. So Hull KR get the best chance of the game now. Less than, or just 20 metres out. So can KR put up the first points of the game? So still 20 metres out. Hull FC constantly trying to offload and it's intercepted. But Tanganoa takes the next carry. Roughly in centre field. 3 minutes on the clock. Third tackle for the Robins. They go short side left with Mikey Lewis. Skips past Price, but then is brought down by Liam Knight. Hull Kingston Rovers inside the 10 now. Only about 5 metres to go. Now towards centre field with Minchella. Switches back to Warrior Hargreaves. The ball comes loose, and that's a knock-on recovered by Rapina. Bit of room to run. He's up to the 20. The ball comes loose. They might go with the first knock-on. I think they will. May trying to ref the game. I think they'll come back to the first knock-on from Hull KR. So yes, it will be possession for Hull FC inside their own 10. So there's a lot of work for FC to do early on in this game. So we'll see what they do. Are they just going to stay in the grind? And now if they do, they'll be conceding a lot of field position to the Robins. Or will they try and spread the ball early, try and create an opportunity? So Price is going to feed this ball into the scrum on the 10. Then it's across to Martin. Through the middle now with Herman SAS8 on the 20. Borough, a dummy half in centre field, goes to his right to Asiata, who's fitting quite nicely at the Black and Whites. Knight had the next carry. They go short side right now with Caesar to Chamberlain, playing in the back row today. Normally a centre, but he's had a few games at second row, I think, this year. Now in the middle on third tackle with Caesar. Kicks from just behind the 40 towards the left-hand side. Doesn't quite have the distance or the bounce. But Broadbent under a bit of pressure now. Met by 3 defenders. So he's stopped just in front of his own 10. So an opportunity for tempo to change here in favour of the Black and Whites. I think FC will use the sledgehammer strap, possibly. Possibly, but smart kicking from Aiden Caesar will help them get out of their own end. Now a carry through the middle from Jared Warrior Hargreaves. 4 defenders in the tackle. He stopped at his own 40. So just over 5 minutes on the clock, and the 4th tackle coming up for Hull Kingston Rovers. Sue with the next carry through the middle. That's going to be last tackle. Short side left to Mikey Lewis. Takes a few metres, then kicks high. Rapina has time to take it and takes it cleanly. Slight missed tackle there from Burgess, but Rapina is brought down just in front of his own 10. In centre field, Briscoe hands it off to his left to Martin. Takes a carry up to the 20. Caesar at dummy half in centre field. To his right to Lytton. Strong and quick defensive line speed from the Robins there. Makes little progress. 6 minutes on the clock. Then I'll shift right with Caesar. Hands the ball off to Chamberlain. Takes it up to the 30. It's the 4th coming up for Hull. Borough. Centre field with Asiata. Off to Etiesi on his left. Gets an offload. Caesar is brought down. Looked possibly a forward pass in there somewhere, but we play on. With Price on the last. A lot of pressure on him. The kick isn't great. It's going to bounce forwards from Davis. He is facing backwards. Touches the ball as it comes down, but drops directly down. I don't think this is worth a challenge. I'm assuming that we have got challenges in the Challenge Cup, right? I'm not entirely sure. Don't recall seeing one yesterday, so I'm not Don't quite remember. But that's a mistake there from Davies, I should say. And Hull FC will have an opportunity. In good field position now, with a fresh set, with 7 minutes on the clock. First carry came in from Knight. Hull FC only about 22 metres out. They're in centre field. Go left to Asiata, out the back to Caesar. Looks to switch back, but it was recovered by Warrior Hargreaves. Nobody in support. One of the slowest moving objects you'll see on the pitch today. But May at dummy half gives the ball off to Davies, who takes it over halfway. Look for a quick play. The ball gets one for Broadbent. To his left, now in centre field with Oliver Gildart. Now only about 33 metres out from the try line, and it's only second tackle. So a great opportunity for Hull FC is just turned over from a disconnect in possession. But Hull Kingston Rovers in centre field. McAloran waits at dummy half. Goes to his left to May. Out the back to Lewis. Almost gets past Will Price. Just keeps a hold of him. So that battle's going to be interesting. Ball comes loose and it's going to be a knock on, but I think Lewis might want to challenge this. Yeah, Jared was definitely not the fastest mover on the pitch. So there is going to be a challenge. So the ball came loose from Mikey Lewis. So we'll have a look and we'll see what we get. That does look like a stripping action. So there's a Hull FC hand on the ball. There is a slight strip motion. The ball comes loose. I think that's going to be a penalty for KR. So, successful challenge there. There's going to be a penalty for Hull Kingston Rovers as well. I think they're just going to tap and go. I don't think they'll take the two, and I'd respect it if they don't. I can understand if they do, but they're not going to. They're going to tap and go. I respect it. I definitely respect it. So, Gildart taps, then to Lewis, in centre field now with Sue. Takes it over the 10, makes a few extra metres there, stopped a metre or two short of the try line. So a lot of work for FC to do. With Minchella, switches back to Warrior Hargreaves. Stopped about 7 metres out. 8.5 minutes on the clock. Second tackle. McAloran in front of the right post. Goes to his left to Minchella. Loses the ball as he steps off his left foot. Holds his hand up to apologise. So a mistake from Minchella. Unforced error. So lets off FC. They could have at least, if they got to the end of that set, could have at least, made Hull FC out to work for that. So a kick on their own 10. Caesar into touch. Makes 20 metres. So they'll start this set from the 30. I mean, Hargreaves is offside again, or Warrior Hargreaves is offside again, but SASA with a carry through the middle takes it over the 30. Borough. Well, there's pressure on him from the marker. It's recovered by Knight. Caesar at dummy half goes left to Rapinoe, switches back to Jordan Lane. Takes it over the 40. So almost 10 minutes on the clock. Borough in centre field goes to his left to Rapinoe. Switches back to Herman SASA. Give him a chance to run up, please. 10 minutes on the clock now. Fourth tackle. There's a high shot on SASA, I think. So it's going to be a penalty for Hull. Yep. Or a hand on his head there from Warrior Hargreaves, or on his neck. But you can't put SASE in those positions. You're going to give him a chance to run up. So, kicking to touch from FC. Caesar hands it off to Asiatu, who takes a carry in centre field. Hull FC only about 32 metres out. So, another great chance that they had from earlier to do a bit of damage. But SASA with a carry through the middle. Borough waits at dummy half. He's going to go short side right to Caesar. Engages the line, just takes a few metres there. Takes it over the 20. Hardacre now at dummy half over on the right hand side of the field. About 27 metres they need to make up. Hardacre towards the middle now with Asiata. Switches back to Herman SASA. Stop just short of the 10. Borough on the 4th. Goes to his left in centre field with Asiata. Then out the back left to Herman to Caesar across to Rapiner. Engages the line. Almost breaks through. Stopped a metre short. Last tackle, it's going to be a scoot from Lytton, and he stopped a metre short. They would have hoped for more, but that's actually okay from Hull FC, because Hull Kingston Rovers are now a metre in front of their own try line. Black and Whites just need to be well disciplined. It was a silly pen to gift. That's kind of the problem in Warrior Hargreaves' game, is just those moments of just chaos, just undo the great work he does in possession. Screen's gone black, that's fantastic. Okay, we're all good now. So, 12 minutes on the clock. And there's a knock-on from Mikey Lewis. Bit of a disconnect there. I think Broadbent maybe was expecting it or let it go. I'm not too sure what happened there, but there's a knock-on. And Hull FC will have possession just 10 metres out. Let's have a look at this. May tries to fire it across the line. Broadbent went for it. Maybe wasn't the intended target, but there's a knock-on. And a great chance for Hull FC now to do a bit more damage in the Robins end of the field. So that's 2 errors for FC, 4 for KR. 12 and a half minutes on the clock. There's a scrum only about 13 metres out in centre field. Caesar will feed the ball in. Borough out the back. Just takes a scoop. Black and White's 11 metres out. In centre field with Hardacre. Goes to his right to Chamberlain. Stopped about 3 metres shy of the try line. 13 minutes on the clock. Borough comes back towards the middle, left with Asiata. Out the back to Caesar. Then across to Lytton. Stopped on the 10. Makes a little bit of extra progress there. 5 metres short now. Third tackle for Hull FC. Rapiner comes back towards the middle with Jordan Lane. Makes an extra metre or 2 on his carry. A few metres short. Incorrect play the ball maybe. And it's going to be a knock-on from the play the ball. Silly mistakes from both teams at the moment. All you need is just to finish your sets. That's all you've got to do. Finish your sets. This is basic stuff, boys. Yeah. Maybe. So, out the back of the scrum, Hull can't go right. Davies is met immediately by Aidan Caesar and Borough. Next carry from Broadbent through the middle, just short of the 20. Second tackle, McLaurin to his left to Hiku. Drags a few players up towards the 30. Hull FC need to make sure they slow down the progress of the Robins through the middle. Looking at the play, not the ball. Possibly. So, Hull KR shifting left now. It's with Gildart. Bit of room to run down the left edge. Looking for a line break. Hardacre just gets a hold of him. But they're inside Hull FC territory now. It's the last tackle coming up. It's now with May. Kicks high. It's hanging. Taken on the full by Martin. Well taken. That's 15 minutes on the clock. Lewis is not in a good way. Holding the inside, like his inner thigh. It's not looking good. We'll have to see what's going on with Mikey Lewis, but he's still down at the moment. So Hull FC play the ball on their own 20. Briscoe with a carry through the middle. That's his knee. Something with his knee, but Knight takes the next carry up to the 40. Shrugs off 2. Makes a few extra metres there. Just short of halfway now. Rapiner on the 3rd. Scoots straight through the middle. Offloads to Asiata. Sees a bit of space down the right edge. Gets an offload to Chamberlain. Then to Price. Cuts back towards the middle. So now only 32 metres out. On the last, Caesar in centre field kicks high. Towards the back right. A lot of height but not much distance on it. Taken on the full by Burgess. Well taken from him. Comes back towards the middle. And he's stopped about 25 metres out from his own line. Late charge? I don't know. I didn't see exactly what happened with Lewis. So KR play the ball on their own 30. Hadley with a carry through the middle. McElaurin in centre field goes to his left to Minchella. Then to May. Pops it up to Tanganoa, who's brought down just over halfway. Plays the ball on the halfway mark. Next carry through the middle from Sue. 16.5 minutes on the clock. Last tackle. I'm not sure where Mikey Lewis is. I can't really see him. But there's a high ball. Martin goes over it, takes it cleanly, but met by Davies immediately. So Hull FC have to play the ball just in front of their own 10. Caesar. Lewis is limping off. At least he's moving. That's a good start, and they can, wrap it up a bit and do a bit of magic, get the magic spray, magic sponge. But Hull FC, they shift the ball right now. Hardacre over the 20. Find a bit of space on the right edge, but that's third tackle coming up with 17 minutes on the clock. Briscoe with a carry through the middle. Hands it off to Asiata, who gets the ball off to Borough. Just takes a few metres through the middle of the field. It's the 4th coming up for the Black and Whites. In centre field, they go left to Herman Sese. Lytton enters the field for Lewis. I think that's a fair swap, given that Lytton's played in the halves plenty of times this year, and last year as well. I think he should be able to fill in that role nicely, but it's out the back right to Caesar. He's put under pressure, but gets the kick away. Broadbent does have a mistake in him here and there under the high ball, but takes it cleanly. Returns it up to the 30, inside his own territory. Next carry from Davies through the middle. Up to the 40. May waits a dummy half, 18 minutes on the clock. Next carry through the middle from Gildart. Good metres there now in Hull FC territory again. May goes to his left to Lytton. Hands it off to Tanganoa on his left. Straightens up. Potential high shot from Chamberlain. It's going to be a penalty to Hull Kingston Rovers. So they'll be in great field position now for a fresh set. So they could go for a penalty. I don't think they will or should. But the option is there. Oh, it's Lewis was untouched. So just that's not a good one. That's not a good one. They could go for 2. It would be smart if they did, but they are going to go for 2 with Lytton. And of course, if they miss it, it'll just be a 20-metre dropout. Unless it's recovered by a Hull FC player, but we'll have to see. It's nice to see the crowd full. I think the main stand is quite, well, not empty, but I think there's a lot of empty seats. At least what we see on screen looks quite full. So we'll see if Lynn can add the 2 here to finally give either team the lead after almost 20 minutes from the 40. And the kick is... it's no good, but it's going to be a 20-metre dropout. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough, because if you miss it, as Robbie Hunterpaul, whatever, I don't even know what his name is at this point. He's changed it too many times. They could go short here, and I'd be fine if Hull FC went for a short dropout. Will Price is going to hit it long. Actually, I think that's fair enough. So they recover the ball just in front of their own 20. Warrior Hargreaves lines up for the first hit, straight into SASA and Asiata. Now in centre field with May. Hands it off to Broadbent, who's brought down just over the halfway line. 20 and a half minutes gone. It's with Lytton. So that's also Mikey Lewis off the field as well. Whether he'll come back, I don't know. But considering he pulled up without being touched, his day could be done. Minchella shifting right now to May. Broadbent hands it off to Hiku. Potentially going to get dragged out of play. He's just a metre away from the touchline. He's going to be allowed to play the ball. On the fourth, it's with May. Left now to Lytton. Pops it up to Sue. Straight into Borough, met by Liam Knight as well. So last tackle, 21 minutes on the clock. Slightly left of the sticks. McAlorum at dummy half goes left. Lytton to Tanganoa. Gets half a break, but is brought down a few metres short. Good defensive work from Will Price, who's absolutely loving it. And Rapinoe was there to help him out as well. So the energy from Will Price I think will be huge. I think once Price is comfortable in that setup, I think he'll really help FC to push to potentially be a more stable top four side. Maybe try and enter a top three conversation. We'll have to see. But I think he really helps to change that team if he starts clicking. Because individually he's a great player. Just as a unit, can they get it to work? But Hull FC in possession now. Third tackle. Price to his left to SASA. They've got to give him a chance to run up. But he offloads it to Asiata, who just takes a few extra metres through the middle. Then offloads to Caesar. Just engages the line down the right edge and is stopped on the 30. 22 minutes on the clock. It's fourth tackle. And incorrect play the ball. Caesar falls over as he plays it. Okay, well, Caesar has chosen to challenge it. Yeah, Caesar literally just dives forward. I'm completely fine with an incorrect play of the ball there. I think Caesar's absolutely milking that to death. Wouldn't challenge David for a try. He's completely wasted it. Completely wasted it. I think his teammates didn't even look confident. Absolute waste. So, Hull Kingston Rovers, firmly inside FC territory. It's only 30 metres to go. Warrior Hargreaves takes it just short of the 20. McAlorum in centre field goes to his left now. To Minchella, switches back to Tanganoa. Brought down just short of the 10. 23 minutes on the clock. They're over on the left-hand side, but come back towards the middle with Minchella. Then to May, out the back to Broadbent, shifting right to Hiku. Then it's off to Davies, puts the ball down in the corner. That's going to be first points of the game for the Robins. Try is given. There we go. First points of the game. It's going to be a tough kick, this one. But nicely done. Really good speed. Speed in possession there from Hull KR. Just really quick. Basic stuff, but just really, really quick. Well executed. No wayward passes. They just connect nicely. Nicely done from Hull KR. Just timing those passes nicely. Good dive for the corner. Keep legs up. Yeah, solid dive. One of the reliable wingers in the comp, Davies. So kick to come from Lytton. Near the touchline, and the kick is... Oh, hang on a minute. The kick's good. That's going to be a 6-0 lead for the Robins. Nicely done. What a kick indeed. Very nicely done. Straight over the black dot. That's 25 minutes gone in this game, folks. So it took us well over the first quarter to get points. So Hull FC kick off. Taken on the full by May. Hands it off to Davies, the try scorer. And he's brought down about 13 metres out from his own try line. But McAloran waits at dummy half. To his left to Warrior Hargreaves. Takes it just short of the 20. Whitbread is also on for the Robins. Next carry through the middle from Petter Hiku. Getting himself an assist from that try scored by Tom Davies. So Sue is off, Whitbread is on. Only the second change for the Robins so far. Lytton came on for Lewis earlier. Tanginoa takes it just short of halfway. On the last now for Hull Kingston Rovers. Plenty of players offside, but they're happy to give 10. It's going to bounce once, twice, recovered by Burgess. Skips past 2. And he's going to put the ball down between the sticks. I think this one's going to be checked, but this could be the lead extended for Hull Kingston Rovers. It is going to be checked. So let's have a look at this. I know there were plenty of Robins players offside. Was Burgess one of them? Oh, hang on. Burgess is not offside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 Hull KR players are offside. But Burgess isn't. The winger and centre are on Gildart and Burgess. I think it depends on... There's like a whole new interpretation. It depends if certain players are passive and they're not involved. This is going to be a try. I'm giving it. I've given it. I've given them 12 because they should be getting this. Yep, so it's going to be 12 because they should get the conversion as well. Hull FC really need to slow down the progress now. They don't want to let it get out of hand in this first half and don't want to have a lot of work to do in the second. Certainly does look a try. God, nine players were offside. Only 2. Well, 3 if you include the fullback who was miles behind. But only 3 players onside, 9 offside. And of course one of those 3 gets it. So Lytton should add the extras here. And he does. So there is almost 27 minutes on the clock. It is 12-0 to the Robins. So we're back underway. May takes it on the full. It's off to Warrior Hargreaves. Hull FC, I think, need to answer back as soon as possible. Gives them confidence knowing that they can score points in this game. Davies now. Then to... Who's that through the middle? Is that Whitbread? I think it is. 27.5 minutes on the clock. Warrior Hargreaves through the middle. Brought down on the halfway line. Fourth tackle for the Robins. McAlorum goes to his left to Hadley. Takes a carry through the middle. Or I think that's Luckley. Sorry, I might be... No, it's Hadley. My bad. So Davies bats the ball back off the end of the kick, but it went forward in my opinion. Recovered by Whitbread, but I do think it was forwards. It's going to be a handover. And Chamberlain will play this ball on Hull FC's 10. So, it's now with Price to Briscoe. Excuse me, I need to yawn. Oh, sorry about that. So, Ashworth is now on for Knight. I do quite like Ashworth, and what I've seen this season, he's looked quite good. So, give him a good chance to run at them properly. Hardacre with a carry through the middle. So, Hull FC only about 23 metres out from their own line. SASA through the middle. Luckley is on for Warrior Hargreaves. So it's now with Asiata making good metres down the right edge, up to halfway. 29 minutes on the clock. Last tackle coming up. Price over on the right-hand side of the field at dummy half goes towards Caesar out the back, who kicks from centre field. Taken on the full by Broadbent. And takes it over the 20. So FC really need to get into some kind of rhythm and start winning this field position battle at some point. Burgess takes it over the 30 for the Robins. 29.5 minutes on the clock. Second tackle. Lytton scoots from dummy half through centre field. Slips over. And Jordan Lane is also off. Summit with his wrist or forearm. Aiden comes on for Lane. So now on the fourth, inside Hull FC territory, the Robins shifting right, a kick towards the back right from May. Should be... Rapiner should be able to take this. He just about gets a hold of it. He was under a lot of pressure from Hiku, but that's half an hour gone in this game. Martin has to carry the ball inside his own 10 and doesn't break out of it yet. Ashworth at dummy half goes to Rapiner, then to Caesar. Out the back to Price. He's going to have to surrender from obstruction. So Esse is now on. Or Isse, I think is how they're pronouncing it. So I'll go with Isse. Looks like a big lad. So on the last, Price kicks from behind the 30 towards the corner. But it's taken on the full by Burgess. Not a great kick from Will Price. So Esse is on for... SASA. Essie. Essie is on for SASA. There we go. Davies with a strong carry through the middle. 31 minutes on the clock. Only 40 metres out now for the Robins. Tanganoa towards the left-hand side of the field. Takes it up to the 30. And McAlorum's going to wait at dummy half. Comes back towards the middle with Minchella. Then to May. Out the back to Broadbent. He's got room to run. But he's met by Aiden Caesar, who brings him down on the 20. Going to be an easy win today. It might be. It might be if Hull FC don't do something about this soon. It's going to be Luckley with a carry through the middle. Stopped just short of the 10. Last tackle coming up for the Robins. They go short side left to Lytton. Across to May. Then to Gildart. Just goes straight into Hardacre, who wraps him up and brings him down. Only 5 metres out. So a lot of work for the Black and Whites to do from their own end. Rapiner waits a dummy half. 32 minutes on the clock. Briscoe can't make it out of his own 10. Lewis is warming up on the sideline. Just seeing what they can get out of him. So next carry, just short of the 30 for Hull FC. Now shifting left to Ashworth. Look for an offload maybe, doesn't get one. It's now the 4th. Wrapping it. Through the middle with Essie. Brought down... Oh, Issei, sorry. It's Issei, there we go. Now with Price, hits the belly of the ball on the last tackle. It's going to bounce once back towards Hull FC. And I think that came off Hull FC first. First knock on from Hull FC. So KR will get the ball roughly on their own 20. Now, McAlorum hands it off to Hiku, takes a carry through the middle. Gets an offload. McAlorum wasn't looking, but luckily picks it up. Oh, sorry, that's Hadley. Or is it look? I get the two mixed up, for God's sake. McAlorum hands it off to Minchella, takes a carry up towards the 40 inside Hull FC territory. McAlorum at dummy half. Goes short side left to Lytton. On the last, kicks high. A long way to go indeed. You never know. I mean, Hull FC did it against Wigan. It's tough, tough opponent. They still managed to get it done. So, we'll have to see. You know, you'd still imagine that Hull KR, based on how they've played so far, should be okay, but you never know. You just never know. So it's almost 35 minutes on the clock. Price waits at dummy half on the 10. Wrapping it, then across to... Is that Lytton? It is. Borough now at dummy half. Goes left to wrapping it. So it's going to be another grind for Hull FC, trying to work the ball out their own end. Asiata now in centre field. Then across to Caesar. Across to Hardacre. He can eat up good meters down the right edge. Offloads to Briscoe. Looking for a break, but he's stopped on the 30. So at least good meters there. It's going to be the last tackle coming up for the Black and Whites. It's out the back to Aiden Caesar. Kicks from behind the 30. Good pressure on the kicker there from the Robins. It's going to bounce a few times, but recovered from Broadbent on his own 30. Takes it over the 40. So the Robins already in good field position with 35.5 minutes on the clock. I think Hull FC will probably take 12-0 going into the sheds at this point. I think they'll just about take it. But they'll certainly want to get some points on the board. So Hadley, with the carry through the middle. Then it's played. Hiku gets half a break. Looking to shrug off a few defenders. Gets an offload to Luckley. Then it's off to Broadbent. Hull Kingston Rovers are in for more points. All came from one moment there. Just getting a few offloads. Good support. And that's going to be most likely 18-0. There's a lot of work for the Black and Whites to do now. There is a lot of work to do. Oh, luckily he was miles away, and then busts a gut to catch up, and then gets it off to Broadbent. So that's going to be 16-0 with a kick to come. It was brilliant support play, really nicely done. Luckily the false halfback. Don't forget, if KR get 0, they earn a free breakfast in Nibbles in Hull. Oh, right. Oh, yeah. I remember Lewis talking about that, yeah. Fair play. Fair play. I wonder what they get if they nil FC. Do they get paid? Does Nibbles pay them? Maybe. So the kick to come from Lytton, and the kick is good. That's 18-0. Only a few minutes left until we reach the halfway mark of this game. Hull FC, key to the city, yeah, maybe. So Hull FC needs to do something about this soon. A few streams ago I said Hull FC haven't proven themselves this season because they haven't played anyone good. You disagreed. Now look what happens when they face someone good. Mate, I really don't care. Like, they've looked like a somewhat decent team. They beat Wigan a few weeks ago. Like, I didn't say they were world class. Did they? I didn't say they were world class. I said they clearly look like a somewhat more competent team than they did last year. Okay. So, less than 2 minutes to go until half time. It's going to be Whitbread with a carry through the middle. Hull FC will come back and keep it close. Maybe they could really do with just something to end this half. Just to go into the sheds with. And it's out the back to May on the last tackle. Kicks inside Hull FC territory. That's taken on the full by Briscoe. So it's going to be 39 minutes on the clock. There's a minute left in the first half. Will Price scoots from dummy half, gets a line break down the right edge. Will Price is still moving. He can shift. Cuts back towards the middle. Still going up 15 metres out. Will Price has changed this entirely. There's a chance for Hull FC now to put some points on the board. Rapiner shifts right. They should hopefully get a full set down this end. Chamberlain, only 5 metres out. 30 seconds to go. Will Price must be knackered, but he's at dummy half. Goes to Asiata. Out the back to Caesar. Tips it onto Hardacre. Shifting left now. Cuts back towards the middle. Stopped about 6 metres out. 20 seconds to go. Fourth tackle just left of the sticks. Borough comes back towards the middle with Asiata. Engages the line. Looks for an offload. Isn't going to get one. He stops a metre short. Last tackle coming up. This is going to be the last play of the half. Borough goes to his right to Caesar. He's going to dink the ball through. Who's after it? It's just going to run dead. So a great chance for Hull FC to put some points on the board. Instigated by Will Price, but that's going to be half-time, folks. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated. If they get a quick score in second half, it might make it interesting. Yeah, they really need to come out and get some points on the board soon. But yeah, 18-0 at half-time. So my prediction was Hull FC 20, Hull KR 28. So if it kind of goes the way it could do, which is Hull FC coming out a lot quicker, maybe having a better start, putting some points up early, but KR still staying somewhat comfortable throughout the second half, possibly. Great first half from the boys from East Hull. Yeah, it's really solid. So the FC boys having a quick team talk before they go into the sheds. Who's leading this? I'm not sure. I think I said by 12. I think if Lewis doesn't come back, the play might be slower for FC. The sledgehammer isn't working. Yeah, it could be. We'll have to see. I don't know. We'll have to see with Lewis. Because right now they don't need to force him back in, really, do they? They don't need to force him back on. And the thing is that the first quarter of the game, like this, I talked about this. The first 10-15 minutes, if Hull FC can slow down the progress, or at least withstand a lot of pressure, it'll stand them in good stead. But in that next quarter, they concede 18 points. Just, you can't let the Robins start getting into a rhythm. They might put up back-to-back points, but you got to then answer back at some point. You've got to. If you're not going to keep them out, you've got to answer back with something. You got to make them know you're there. Make them know that you can put up points yourselves. So, a lot of work for FC to do in the second half. But we will see. We'll see what they manage to put together. Savaganda. I think FC need to start shifting the ball inside the middle third a bit more. Still loving the commentary way better than most. Well, thank you very much, Saint Jester. It's very kind of you to say. Hull FC, they need to take more risks now, I think. They've got time to lay a platform, but there will be occasions where they're starting to enter the middle third, start to spread the ball. Eat up those meters inside the midfield. You don't need to chuck the ball around left, right and centre. You don't need to just offload it for the sake of offloading. But get to the end of your sets, strong carries through the middle, get to the end of your sets, stay well disciplined, and when you have the ball inside your own half, start to spread towards the edges. Maybe an early kick chase might work with Price. Maybe. But it was a big moment from him to create that opportunity at the end. So if he can take a few more, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what he can create. Interesting. We'll have to see what FC can do to start the off. They will need to come out a lot stronger. I will say that Caesar has been quiet. Usually see him more with directing traffic of play for his kicks. Seem to be Hail Mary kicks. Yeah, a little bit. It's a lot of the same process, which I think I did mention FC would be fine doing. They'd be fine just staying in the grind, but they're losing the battle through the middle. So if they're at least sort of answering back with a lot of post-contact meters, a lot of offloads, then it wouldn't matter too much, or they wouldn't mind. Not going to the left, which is probably the side most likely to score a try on. Yeah, they've gone to the left like a tiny bit between like the 20 and the 30, but they've not like fully stretched out KR. They've just sort of gone towards the back rowers and then or Rapiner on the inside marker and just taking a few meters. But they need to have a go. Just take a bit of a risk. FC can grind a win, but need that position to have a good go. Yeah, if they can somehow come out and be more dominant through the middle, if they can get quicker play the balls, and the back and forth might suit them. Will Magic Mikey come back on? I'm not sure. They don't need to force it, so I don't know. Oh, they're just talking about the Ashes series. I can't wait to go. I cannot wait to go. I'll be going to the Everton Stadium because I am an Everton fan. The game! I forgot we had the game. I was literally watching 65 minutes of the game and didn't even see what the result was in the end. Please don't tell me. 1-1. Okay, I'll take that. Oh my god, I completely forgot about the game. Because I had to stop watching to come do this. Whew. 1-1. Where does that put us in the table? 14th. Yeah, we're safe. We're safe. I was just hoping we could maybe move up a bit more, maybe get Europe. But it's a long shot at this point. And thank you again for 6,000 subscribers. Is greatly appreciated. Oh, and I completely forgot. I do need to play something. So, I've been doing a fundraiser, but I will stop talking and I will just play it and let you guys have a listen. Rugby League fans, I really need your help with something. For round 7 of Super League, I'll be doing a charity fundraiser called KRL1 in order to raise money for the MND Association in honour of Rob Burrow. I've been in contact with a few clubs, and so far, Keighley Cougars, Hunslet, Dewsbury Rams and St Helens have all offered signed merchandise to help raise money. RL Commercial have also been in touch to say they'll give away 2 tickets to either the Challenge Cup Final or Grand Final for 2025. So if you want to be in with a chance to win those tickets, here's how you can get involved. For every £5 that you donate to the fundraiser, including any club merchandise that you pay for, you'll get 1 entry into the prize draw for the tickets. Step 1. Go to kineticrl.com/KRL1. This page will also contain the signed merchandise that's up for sale from any clubs that are involved in the fundraiser. Step 2. On the KRL1 page, click the donate button to go to the Just Giving page. Step 3. Click Give Now, enter your donation amount and click Continue. Please make sure you leave your name if you want to be included in the prize draw. Select how you wish to pay, enter your details and click Continue. Then read up on gift aid and decide if you'd like to proceed with or without it. Please note, if you choose to include gift aid, this will be added to your total donation amount and will contribute to more entries in the prize draw. You can decide if you'd like to leave a tip or a message. and then fill in your first name and last name along with your email address. Please make sure that you check this box at the bottom saying, I'm happy to share my contact details with Kinetic RL for the purpose of thanking me. This makes it so much easier to track who's entered the draw and makes it easier to get in touch with you afterwards if you win. Step 4. Come and stop by the live streams on YouTube and Twitch during any of these 3 Super League Round 7 matches. And for the final game, Huddersfield versus Catalans, I'll be doing the draw, live at half time to see who wins the tickets. The cut-off point will be 12 PM on Sunday the 13th of April. Donations made after this point will not be included in the prize draw. Please share this video to as many people as possible on whatever platform you're on. Tag your club below this post and make sure they see this, and hopefully they'll get involved in the fundraiser as well. But let's raise some money for the MND Association in honour of Rob Burrow. Thank you. So, there you have it. That is KRL1, the fundraiser that I'm doing for the MND Association. If you could go to kineticrl.com/KRL1 and read up on everything there. That'll be where you can pay for some of the signed merchandise from the clubs. If you can support the cause, that'd be fantastic, and donate. And again, every £5 that you donate, that's one entry into the draw for the Challenge Cup or Grand Final tickets. You get to choose, if you win the draw, which one you want. So if you could donate, that would be greatly appreciated. And also, Oldham RFL or RLFC have joined as well. Oldham will be donating a match-worn shirt from Cian Morgan from last season, and they'll also be offering 2 VIP hospitality tickets to a game of the winner's choice, excluding the Toulouse game. So thank you to Oldham for getting on board with the KRL1 fundraiser as well. So if you want to support a great cause, donate a £5, puts you in the draw, and maybe you can win some tickets to either the Challenge Cup or Grand Final. You get to choose if you win. The draw will be done during half-time of Huddersfield versus Catalans next week during round 7. So if you can help, please do. Right. So the players are coming out. And we're about to get underway very shortly. Price will kick off. Right, we are now underway, folks, for the second half. That's going to be Luckley with the first carry. And their next carry is going to be, I believe that's Broadbent through the middle. And there's off to Whitbread. Big hit onto Whitbread from Aiden. Already some decent meters from the Robins. Minchella making good progress up towards his own 40. 4th tackle coming up. And it's on the last. Or the 4th, sorry. It's with Lytton. Switches back to Whitbread. Takes it over halfway. So Hull FC need to slow down this kind of progress, which they're not doing. It's with May, who kicks from halfway. It's hanging up, taken on the full by Briscoe, met immediately by Burgess. So that's a minute gone, and FC already under a bit of pressure inside their own half. So Chamberlain plays the ball for Rapiner. Hardacre with the next carry up to the 30. Plays the ball for Rapiner, hands it off to... I forgot how they pronounced it. Essa? I've been saying Essa, but Issei. I think... I can't remember. They'll remind me, but Hull FC shifting left now with Rapiner, makes good meters. Up towards the 40 and close to the 30 in KR territory. In centre field now with Caesar, has to control it with his feet, but manages to get the ball up in the air. Broadbent met by Aiden. So a chance for FC to pin KR back now, but they already make it outside their own 10. Lytton through the middle now with Broadbent, I believe that is. Next carry from Gildart. Takes it just short of the 40, but dragged back by 2 defenders. And then another carry through the middle. So last tackle coming up now for the Robins. McAlorum goes left to Lytton. Kicks from behind halfway. And it's taken on the full by Rapiner. Hands it off to Briscoe, who stopped on his own 20. Maggie Lewis still on the touchline. I didn't really hear what the sideline reporter was saying, but I don't know if Lewis is done for the day or not. But again, they don't need to force him on. Ashworth is getting pushed back by a few defenders. A few teammates have to come back in. The ball is loose, and it's recovered by Hull KR, and Rapiner just is not looking. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. So Hull KR have possession inside Hull FC's territory on the 20 and takes it a few metres over it with Luckley. Now they go short side left to Lytton, engages the line out the back to Gildart, across to Burgess, and they're in. Poor from FC. And they get punished for stupid mistakes, which you just can't be doing. And that's going to be 22 for the Robins. You had to come out and start well. You had to. There we have it. Yeah, that is possibly game over. Just waiting for the kick now from Lytton. And the kick is good, so that's going to be 24. What a shocking way to start the second half. Couldn't have been worse. In less than 5 minutes. Absolutely shit the bed. So it's taken on the full by May on his own 10. Hands it off to Whitbread. Let's see if 5 tries. Maybe. SASA hat-trick incoming first. So 6 minutes into the second half. First points in the second for Hull Kingston Rovers. Minchella takes a carry through the middle, and they're already just short of halfway. So now it's with Luckley through the middle. Takes it up to the 40 inside FC territory. Last tackle coming up. McAlorum to his right to May. So kicks from centre field. It's going to be taken on the full by Price. So it could have been an awkward one there, but takes it cleanly. Then Briscoe has to take a carry through the middle. Quick line speed defensively from the Robins there. So in terms of carries and total metres gained, it's night and day, really. Rapiner cuts back towards the middle, trying to shrug off one or two. I think Hull FC are going to have to start setting something up now to spread the ball inside the middle third and actually have a go. They need to do something. It's the second. Now with Aiden through the middle. Burrett waits a dummy off in centre field, goes to his left to Asiata. Then across to Caesar. Shifting left now with Litton. Now they're in opposition territory. Caesar goes from dummy half, kicks the ball towards the back left. Broadbent under pressure, met immediately by Litton and Caesar. Good kick pressure there. But it's just Hull FC finding it impossible to stop the Robins or keep them pinned back even inside their own 30. Burge is shifting left now, takes it over the 20. You've got to get just one strong defensive set. Just one. Just one. It's already up to the 40 now. On the fourth tackle. Well, this is the third, sorry. Okay, the graphic on screen is changing. But there's a great kick from Litton towards the back left corner. Taken by Rapiner. Under a lot of pressure. And is stopped only about 3 or 4 metres out from his own try line. It's a lot of work for the Black and Whites to do. KR just needs to stay well disciplined. That's all they've got to do. Hardacre with the next carry. It was a cracking kick there. Price. Then to Martin. Takes it over the 20. Sue is on for Luckley. Burrett on the fourth. Gives it to Price, who drills it low. It's going to bounce a few times there. And it's now taken by Broadbent. Met by Caesar, but shrugs him off. And May hands it off to Davies. Brought down over halfway. So if KR finish this set, or get to the end of this set, they'll be in great field position. Could pick up some more points here, maybe. So Sue now, only 20 metres out, plays the ball in centre field for McAlorum, shifting right now. May has a cut back towards the centre of the field, offloads it to Litton, now looking to go left. Gets an overlap and just finds a break. Puts the ball down. That's going to be 28 for the Robins. I see absolutely no way back for FC now. Absolutely none whatsoever. You had a big man as the third man in against Litton. It's only going to go one way there, especially with room to run. I don't know if it'll hit 50, but I don't know. Well, I mean, it could do, obviously, but well, actually, yeah, the way it's going, it might. So, kick to come from Jez Litton. It's not all the way from the touchline. It's not the easiest one in the world, but it's not the most difficult one in the world. So, a bit awkward. If he gets this, my exact score prediction is no longer possible. But it's good. He's been pretty good all day. And that's going to be 30 for the Robins. So they are in firm control now. Don't know what kind of response we're going to get from FC. Your best chance to really set a platform was when the second half started. And that's kind of gone now. That's already 11 minutes gone. And you've already conceded 2 tries. So it's mean, it's up to FC what they do now. Are they completely demoralised? Are they going to have a go? We'll see. I think they've recovered it off the kickoff. And wrapping away to dummy half. Gives it to Ashworth through the middle. So they're in good field position now. I guess if Hull can actually put some points on the board, then, you know, it's a start, isn't it? It's a start. Now with Asiata in centre field, shifting right to Caesar, then to Will Price. Across to Briscoe. Has to cut back inside. Close to the touchline. Plays the ball for Hardacre. Comes back towards the middle with Price. Then to Liam Knight, who's in centre field. Stopped about 11 metres out. Borough goes to his left to Caesar. Then to Rapinoe. Ball goes over the top to Martin. Hull FC finally get some points on the board. Did look a mile forward to me, but I think they're going to get the try. They are. That's going to be 4 for the Black and Whites. And there we have it. There we have it. So 30 points to 4 with a kick to come. They just needed something. I mean, it might still be completely impossible, but they just needed something. Number 9 for FC stood like a statue, just completed donation. I was gonna say it looked like somebody didn't Kieran. If that's you, Kieran, I can't see my Gmail account. Where is it? Someone's donated a tenner. Thank you very much, Kieran. If that's you, Kieran, then I'm going to add you to the draw. I don't know. You get 2 entries. Unfortunately, I'm not sure how I can contact you if you win. But if that is you in the chat, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it is. Yeah, okay. I see. So that's £107 now donated to the M&D Association. Thank you very much for those. Century. Okay. Let me just. I'll have to sort that out because if I'm not actually getting people's emails, then it's going to be difficult to contact. But again, just in case I don't get your email, it doesn't give it to me. If you feel comfortable just sending it to me on social media, you can do for one. If not, then just make sure you're here for the stream next week. It's a bit annoying. I can't. Unless it's something on Just Giving that I need to do, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'll have to see. I'll have to check it out, but I need to get back to the game. Well, thank you for that. So, FC in great field position again. So, thank you for the donation. Back to the game, though. So now with Price, they're only about 30 metres out, now only 20. Cheers, mate. Thank you for that. Borough in centre field with Asiata. Hands the ball off to SASA, runs towards the line. Gets the ball down. I think this might be checked, but he's confident. Herman SASA is confident he's got this down. Let's have a gander. Try giving on field, but the video ref is checking. Just confirming grounding. So there's a chance. Oh, I forgot to add the extras for Hull. I apologise. Ooh. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I mean, at full speed, I'm not sure. Oh, oh. Thaler's saying that that's down there. I think this is going to be a try. That is going to end up being 10 for Hull FC. There we have it. 10 with a kick to come. There we go. So there's at least some life in the black and whites now. I think there was, at some point, there was the chance that FC wouldn't really have the mindset. They wouldn't get back into the grind and they'd just let the game get away from them entirely. But I think getting that first try, then having the field position again early off the back of it, Will Price adds the extras. I think there's at least some life in the black and whites now. I don't know if there's enough quality in there to win this game, but I think there's enough in there, maybe enough life in them to just get a few more points on the board. A cracking run from Herman SAS8. That's what he does best. So we're going to kick off again. Hull FC kick, or receive the ball from the kick, sorry. Caesar gives it to Rapinoe, takes a carry through the middle. So definitely life in the black and whites now. SAS8 down the left edge. Carries it over the 20. So just over 23 minutes to go in this game. There's an 18-point deficit, so back to what it was at half-time. Then it's to Asiata. Caesar across to Price. Ball goes across to Hardacre. Has to cut back towards the middle. Briscoe now waits at dummy half. So just under 23 minutes to go. Just short of halfway. Price comes back towards the middle with Asiata. Shrugs off Whitbread. Gets the ball across to Litton. He's got room to run down the left. Ashworth is not... He's been in a bit of an awkward position. And then a penalty. Ashworth in the way. Took a Hull KR player off the ball. Okay. Well, that's a massive let-off for the Robins because FC started to get a bit of momentum and they would have been in good field position on the back of that set. Because even though KR are still comfortable, they don't want to let it get out of hand and don't want to have to be in a situation where they're under pressure at the back end of the game. Because there is still time for FC to bring it back. But at any point, Hull Kingston Rovers might kill this momentum if they can put some points up and extend that lead back to 22 or 24 again. It's now with Minchella, switches the ball back to Tanginoa. They could look for a one-pointer just to kind of add a bit of awkwardness in there. They could always go for that. So McLaurin goes short side left to Litton. Just playing flat at the moment to Gildart, who stopped about 15 metres out. Warrior Hargreaves on for Whitbread. Litton switches back to Minchella. Takes a carry through the middle. Looks for an offload. Gets one to McLaurin. Then to Litton. Off to May. Going short side left. Tanginoa. Across to Burgess. Hasn't really got much room to work with there. And there's a drilled kick in. Played at by Borough, in my opinion. That was 100% played out, in my opinion. That should be a Hull KR ball. They should win this challenge. Oh, I think they're going to lose this challenge here. Based on what Thaler's saying, I think they're going to lose this challenge. He's saying that he's already moving towards the ball. Okay. It did look played at, to be honest. That's an interesting call, but that's going to be an unsuccessful challenge. Wait. Hang on. Successful... Bear with me. Yeah, I thought... Yeah, Hull KR in possession. Successful challenge. So, Hull KR in possession. Only about 12 metres out. Right, bit of a mess there, but we're all sorted now. So McAlorum at dummy half over on the right-hand side of the field. Comes back towards the middle with Minchella. Switches back to Warrior Hargreaves. So we have just over 20 minutes to go in this game. Warrior Hargreaves plays the ball for McAlorum. He goes left to Minchella. Then to May. Then to Tanganoa. Gets a little bit of room to run down the left-hand side. And a penalty against Hull FC. They could go for 2, really take some sting out of the game, take some time off the clock. Means that Hull FC have to score a 4th time. So I think 2 makes complete sense. With just 20 minutes to go, so we've entered the final quarter of the game. Yep, they are going to go for the 2. So if they get this, this will take a lot of sting out of it. I think Hull FC might have some more points in them. Maybe a try or 2. Like 2 at absolute most at this point. But I'm not sure. Not sure. Litton's been good with the kick, so from here should be alright. The kick is good. So that's a 20-point game now in favour of the Robins. If Hull FC want a challenge, they've got to get a move on now. They've got to be pretty much perfect from this point. Oh yeah, Sainted Jester, when you donated, did you also click the checkbox at the very end before donation that said let Kinetic RL contact you or thank you for the donation? Did you check that box? Let me know. So there's a short kickoff from the Black and Whites. Taken on the full by Davies. Under a lot of pressure. Takes it cleanly. Yeah, okay. Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to find out. Because if people have been doing it, I'm not getting the emails. So I don't know how to contact people. But I'll get in touch with Just Giving Support and see if they can advise me. So, Hull KR off the back of the kickoff. Yeah, indeed. So, up to halfway. Carry from Sue through the middle. They're already in great field position. I won't be streaming the game tomorrow, by the way, guys. I'll be at the Halliwell Jones watching the game. Is now with May. Hands it off to Hadley. Last tackle coming up. Only about 25 metres out from Hull FC's try line. But it's going to go out the back to Litton. Kicks the ball towards the back right. Wrapping it under a bit of pressure here. Almost taken on the full by Davies. Goes forward. Cheers from the crowd. Planted by May, but that's definitely a knock-on. I think ref's going to check it anyway, just to make sure. Let's have a gander. Everyone's just about onside, I think. Yeah, I don't... Yeah, this should just be a knock-on. It should not be taking this lot. It's forward. It's a knock-on. Should be no try and move on. Yeah, that was quite obvious. I don't know why we took so long with that. Oh, I just remembered we're ordering a curry in tonight. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. What's your favourite takeaway, guys? What's your go-to at your favourite takeaway? Let me know. So, a good carry from Burrett through behind the ruck. Wrapping it, gives it to Knight in centre field, goes across to Caesar. Then shifting the ball across to Hardacre, who's got room to run down the right edge. There's a good tackle from Litton there, not to let that get out of hand. So, brings him down cleanly. Moving back towards centre field with Price. He's just going to take a carry himself. So, fourth tackle coming up. Hull FC only have about 38 metres to make up. Asiata through the middle, then across to Caesar going left, then across to Litton, trying to shrug past one. That looked forward to Martin. Just in field, still just about. On the last, wrapping it towards the middle with Caesar, almost bobbles the ball, kicks high but not very long on that one. Taken on the full by Chamberlain, manages to kick the ball off. It's recovered by, is that Minchella or McAlure, I'm sorry, on the 10. Just about made that somewhat presentable on the end of that set. Litton now hands the ball off to Broadbent. It takes a carry through the middle. Already making good meters. Davies scoots from dummy half. Takes it over the 12. Burgess scoots himself. Sorry, over the... My bad. I know I said the wrong number there. Don't mind me. So taking on the full by wrapping it. Tries to skip past Hiku and he does get past him. It's dangerously close to the touchline, but comes back towards the middle now and it's with Martin. Strong run through the middle up towards the 30. So, folks, we have 15 minutes to go. Are we going to get any more points in this game? Most likely looking like it could be from the Robins. Hull SC could try and fight back in this one, but I think the mountain is just too big to climb. I think there's maybe one or two more tries in them at most. But a full-on comeback, I think, could be difficult. But they've got room to run down the left with Ashworth. Draws in one. Ball almost comes loose there, actually. When it's on the 30, plays it on the 30. Wrapping it, lets the ball go between his legs, but it's now with Asiata. Now to Caesar, shifting right, across to Hardacre. Bobbles the ball. Then gets the offload to Briscoe. Cuts back towards the middle, gets an extra metre or two, offloads to Hardacre, back to Price, loops the ball over the top left, bobbles up to Ashworth. SASE looked offside to me, but he's allowed to play on, then offloads it to Knight. So the black and white still making metres here, so SASE is now on and so is Knight. Borough waits a dummy half in centre field. Goes right to Price. Out the back to Caesar, pops up to Hardacre. So, KR not allowing too much here. Last tackle coming up. Briscoe to Price. It's a dodgy kick that. Over towards the left-hand side. Gets the offload for Lytton. Looks for an offload. Gets one to Martin. Still the last. Martin kicks the ball over the top. Then to Rapiner. Looks for an offload. Has he maybe knocked on there? He has knocked on. Inside the 10. So a bit of a mess from Hull FC at the moment. That's a dodgy kick from Will Price. Hull KR have actually missed 39 tackles. Hull FC have only missed 25. That's interesting. So tackle efficiency much better for the black and whites, but it's not really done enough damage. Hail Mary time for FC. Yep, exactly. It's at that point now. What you've been doing is not working. You just got to go balls to the wall and just go for it, son. You're gonna go for it. So Brown takes the carry through the middle, who's now on for Hull Kingston Rovers. Lytton from dummy half goes left to Tanganoa. Another strong run from him. He's putting a good shift down that left edge. Lytton through the middle now with May. Then across to Hadley. Up to the 30 inside FC territory. McAlorum goes to May, who then goes across left to Tanganoa. Then to Gildart. And it's going to be brought down a little bit further away from the try line than KR would have liked. But there's a chance to get set defensively and pin the black and whites back. I thought they were offside there for a second, but ref says play on. So 12 minutes to go. We'll see what FC can do. Again, at this point, maybe 1 or 2 tries at most. Caesar engages the line. Up to the 30. Rapiner gives it to Martin. They're now just short of halfway. Borough in centre field with Asiata, shifting right to Price. It's out the back to Hardacre. Ball comes loose. And they're saying it's a knock-on. I think there's a potential it went backwards there. I'd need to see it again, but yeah, it's mistakes, disconnections from the new lad Price. Both teams have had 7 errors. So at the back of the scrum, McAlorum goes to his right. And I believe that's Davies with the carry. And it's a penalty for Hull Kingston Rovers. Moy is on for Chamberlain. So if they can get some offloads, he might be able to do a bit of damage. But it's it's just too late now. It's way too late. There was time before, I guess, the penalty kick from Lytton. But yeah, I think it's all said and done now. So in centre field with Brown, there's a chance for Hull KR to extend the lead and really rub it in. And there is officially 10 minutes to go. Hull KR with a 20-point lead, now shifting right with Minchella, who switches back to Luckley. Oh, that's Hadley. I keep getting him mixed up. It's Hadley. McAlorum in centre field goes left to May. Switches back to Brown. He's going to take a carry through the middle here. Looking for an offload, doesn't get one. He's stopped 5 metres out. McAlorum off to Lytton. Ball bounces backwards, I think. I mean, it's going to be called a knock-on. Pretty sure that went backwards, but yeah, I think just fair enough. So, a scrum for Hull FC on their own 10. And there's already a mistake. Yeah, you deserve this, L. Big time. Wow. Aiden sees it. Pass wasn't accurate enough there. I was hoping for a much more competitive game than this. Just something. Just something. Just add in a little bit of a question mark in there somewhere. Like Wakey shooting themselves in the foot, yeah. Doing this without Mikey Lewis on the pitch, which isn't a bad thing. I've noticed with KR that even without Lewis, they just don't really suffer. Like, it just doesn't change anything. Like, we see how effective Mikey Lewis is when he's on the field. But when he's not on the field, it's like he's not even left. So I just, I don't know. Testament to the rest of the team, obviously, but yeah, fair enough. So 8 minutes to go. KR have possession on Hull FC's 10. Shifting right now short side with Broadbent. And is stopped about 5 metres short of the try line over on the right-hand side of the field. McAlorum comes back towards the middle with Elliot Minchella. Switches back to Brown. Carries it over the 10. Yeah, I don't know if that's true about KR being crap. I'd say they're just as good. I never notice a difference when he's not there. Fifth tackle, the shifting left now with Gildart. Kicks the ball through. It's recovered by Burgess. And yeah, that's going to be more points for the Robins. Has it been given yet? They're checking it. Price, what are you doing? Checking obstruction on Will Price. I've never understood this from players. The referee is checking it. Why are you going up to him screaming about this and that? It's like, if you're right, we'll see it on the bloody screen. I just don't understand that. So let's have a look. So they run directly into Price. I don't need to look back at any more angles, I don't think, and then goes, let's look at this angle. Right, that'll be no try. Oh, comebacks on for FC now, I'm telling you. Right, so no try. Smile on Kendall's face. He sees the middle finger from a fan in the crowd. So Hull FC tap the ball just short of their own 30. Oh, God. So 7 minutes to go. Knight is absolutely clobbered. Borough in centre field. Right, come on, Hull FC. Let's do something here. So Price takes the carry over the 40. Hardacre. Towards the middle with Knight. Then to Asiata. Then to SASA. Carries the ball just short of halfway. Third tackle coming up. 6.5 minutes to go. Price. Across to Rapiner. So Whitbread is on for McAlorum and Luckley is on for Warrior Hargreaves. That's all 8 changes made for the Robins. Price, player of the match. Well, a good question, I'll have to think about that. Caesar engages the line, looking for half a break, almost gets one. Can't quite find an offload. Just about gets a play the ball for Borough. It's off to Knight, then to Asiata on the last. It's with Price, then across to Hardacre. Just kick the ball through, and he does. Bounces up, recovered by Burgess, who stopped just in front of his own try line. So a chance maybe for FC to just pin them back a little bit. Could see a Lytton. He could do. Conversions have been quality. His kicks have been fine. Filled in for Lewis and didn't look out of place at all. I think Lytton might be a good shout there, mate. Yeah, I knew you meant. Although. But now Jez Lytton at dummy half. Hands the ball off to Hadley. Oh, he's given it as well on field. I would fully agree with that. There's been a good handful of decent players from KR today, but yeah, I think Lytton deserves that. So fair play to him. But it's the Black and Whites in possession now. Price waits at dummy half. Mikey Lewis and Sue laughing on the touchlines, as well as Jared Warrior-Hargreaves. Martin plays the ball for Price in centre field. Then it's right to Moy, I think that was. Briscoe now. Ball comes loose slightly, but we play on. Oh, why? Why can't they just tap? Was someone in front of him? No, for God's sake. Bring on Wigan next week. Oh yeah, should be a good one. So a tap from Hardacre, then to Price, then to Caesar, to Ashworth, who takes it over the 30. So there's only 4 minutes to go. I think we're looking at maybe a maximum of 18 from Hull FC here. Now with Asiata shifting right. Brought down by Luckley and Hadley. So it's with Knight shifting left to Caesar. Then across to Lytton. Stopped about 13 metres out. Third tackle towards the middle with Caesar. Switches back to Herman SSA. 3.5 minutes to go. It's now with Asiata. Then to Caesar. Across to Hardacre. Up towards the 10. Then it's with Price. Kicks the ball through towards the post. I think it's going to go dead. And it is. 3 minutes left. It's going to be a 7 tackle set for Hull Kingston Rovers. Hull KR in firm control of this game. So, Lytton hands the ball off to Whitbread, calls from forward from the crowd. That was knocked backwards, so I'm happy to play on. May dinks the ball over the top, recovered by Moy. The ball is stripped, but it's knocked on by Broadbent. So, the ball will go back to Hull FC. Bit of a mess there. So, as of right now, that is Catalans Dragons, Lee Leopards and Hull Kingston Rovers confirmed for the semi-finals of the Challenge Cup. Just waiting on Saints v Warrington tomorrow, which I will be at. So, there's an offload to Price. Ball back towards the middle with Liam Knight. Borough, with a minute and a half to go, they play the ball on their own 30. Borough goes right to Price. Bullet across, but it's going to be a knock-on from Davies, I believe. So they'll get a fresh set of 6. Can Hull FC make it 18 and make it, I don't know, somewhat respectable? Maybe. But it looks like the last set of the game will go to Hull FC. So now with Caesar, then to Ashworth. Plays the ball for Borough. Comes back towards the middle with Asiata. shifting towards the left and is brought down on the 40 inside KR territory. So there's 40 seconds to go. Are we going to get any more points? Borough to SAS 8 up to the 30 and just over it. 30 seconds to go. Asiata sees it to Price. Hardacre runs at the line, finds a line break, skips past, and that is going to be points for the black and whites. They make it at least 16 with a kick to come. Comebacks on, boys. So, just like what I said in the Vegas game, well, SC got the last laugh, didn't they? Don't shoot me, please. Comeback is on. Bet you're shitting yourself now, Paul. You are shitting it. So, can they make it 18? No. That's going to be full-time. Hull Kingston Rovers 32, Hull FC 16. So there we have it. So we've had the first Hull derby of the season. I was hoping for a slightly more competitive game than that. But, do you know what? In terms of my prediction, I predicted 28-20 in favour of Hull KR. So I was 4 over for KR, or 4 under for KR, 4 over for Hull FC. So I wasn't far off. And considering I was getting shit about giving Hull FC 20 points, like, okay. So, also thank you for 6,000 subscribers. Already 61 over that, 6,061. 108, or 100, sorry, start again. 806 followers in the last 28 days. That is fantastic. Are KR the real deal, though? I think so. Right then, saying to Jester, however you want to send over your email, let me know. Whatever you're comfortable with. I still need to get in touch with Just Giving, because if people are giving their email and saying that I can contact them, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Right, if anyone's got any thoughts, do let me know. I might do a match review video on TikTok pretty soon. We'll use Facebook. We'll use my better half's account, so I don't have socials. Alright, the page is just Kinetic Rugby League. Same logo as what you see on here. I don't really get messages on there, so I'll assume whoever messages me is your better half. Right. Fantastic. So broadcast is not really working for some reason, but I can turn that. Oh, they've switched over. Yeah, I can turn that off anyway. Right, I am gonna chill for a bit now. I might do the match review video in a bit. We'll see. But yeah, fair play to Hull KR. They're in full control of that game. There was a few moments here and there from FC where they could have tried to mount a comeback. It was sort of later on into the third quarter of the game. But a few too many mistakes from them. Hull KR was still well disciplined defensively. Didn't allow too many opportunities towards the edges. So, you know, I think FC played roughly around what we've seen from them already. I don't think they were better than what we've seen. I don't think they were necessarily worse than what we've seen from them. I think they performed roughly to standard that we've seen from them so far. But yeah, thank you very much to those that stopped by. And I'm just going to play one final thing to remind you about KRL 1. Please donate to the fundraiser, but I will let my past self talk about this. And also thank you again, and I'll just give a quick reminder, this will be the last thing that comes up on screen, and then we will be we'll be done afterwards. But yeah, so we have a hi mate. That is my Facebook notification. Right. So the final thing to say, and then I'll play the last bit. So for the KRL1 fundraiser, Oldham will be donating a match-worn jersey of Kian Morgan from last year. And they're also offering 2 VIP hospitality tickets to a game of the winner's choice, not including the Toulouse game. So, right, I'm going to play this promo for the KRL1 fundraiser. Please donate if you can, and I will let my past self do the talking. Thank you for being here. I'll see you next time. Rugby League fans, I really need your help with something. For round 7 of Super League, I'll be doing a charity fundraiser called KRL1 in order to raise money for the MND Association in honour of Rob Burrow. I've been in contact with a few clubs, and so far, Keighley Cougars, Hunslet, Dewsbury Rams and St Helens have all offered signed merchandise to help raise money. RL Commercial have also been in touch to say they'll give away 2 tickets to either the Challenge Cup Final or Grand Final for 2025. So if you want to be in with a chance to win those tickets, here's how you can get involved. For every £5 that you donate to the fundraiser, including any club merchandise that you pay for, you'll get 1 entry into the prize draw for the tickets. Step 1. Go to kineticrl.com/KRL1. This page will also contain the signed merchandise that's up for sale from any clubs that are involved in the fundraiser. Step 2. On the KRL1 page, click the donate button to go to the Just Giving page. Step 3. Click Give Now, enter your donation amount and click Continue. Please make sure you leave your name if you want to be included in the prize draw. Select how you wish to pay, enter your details and click Continue. Then read up on gift aid and decide if you'd like to proceed with or without it. Please note, if you choose to include gift aid, this will be added to your total donation amount and will contribute to more entries in the prize draw. You can decide if you'd like to leave a tip or a message, and then fill in your first name and last name along with your email address. Please make sure that you check this box at the bottom saying, I'm happy to share my contact details with Kinetic RL for the purpose of thanking me. This makes it so much easier to track who's entered the draw and makes it easier to get in touch with you afterwards if you win. Step 4. Come and stop by the live streams on YouTube and Twitch during any of these 3 Super League Round 7 matches. And for the final game, Huddersfield vs Catalans, I'll be doing the draw, live at half time to see who wins the tickets. The cut-off point will be 12 PM on Sunday the 13th of April. Donations made after this point will not be included in the prize draw. Please share this video to as many people as possible on whatever platform you're on. Tag your club below this post and make sure they see this, and hopefully they'll get involved in the fundraiser as well. But let's raise some money for the MND Association in honour of Rob Burrow. Thank you.